Hello. So I'm re-recording this because the first time around, my boobs were front and center. It's distracting for me, so it probably would have been distracting for you. Anyways, I do have on my workout clothes because I tricked myself into working out, and I say that because sometimes I have to trick myself into working out. And I don't typically wear makeup or at all wear makeup when I'm exercising, but I put on my workout clothes, and then I was like, if I stop and wash my face, I'm not gonna work out because the bathroom is closer than the exercise. So that is why my makeup is still on. But honestly, I feel like it held up pretty well. So let me tell you then what I have on my face. It's the usual stuff. I have the Urban Decay All Nighter Face Primer, and then I have the NARS Soft Matte Foundation in Manaz and New Caledonia. That's Deep 1 and Deep 2. And for concealer, I have my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Amande. And I set everything with the Too Faced Peach Perfect Powder in Caramelized Peach. And I actually used 3 new things today. So the first one is the Kaja, what is it called? Play Bento Blush and Bronzer in number 3 Mocha Mellow. So it comes in this little like stack, which is really cool. And you have your blush, your highlight, and your bronzer all in here. So here is the blush, and I found that it did show up pretty well on my skin tone. I've got swatches all over the place, but there is the blush. And then you've got your highlighter here, which also I feel does show up pretty well. I'll just use the other hand. I'm not a big highlighter person. So it's very much a subtle highlight. And then you have your bronzer, which is a cream bronzer. So you have a cream bronzer, powder highlight, powder blush. On top of the highlight, I used my Danessa Myricks Dew Wet Balm in the shade Hot Water. So basically it's just this like gloss that you can just use everywhere. So that's actually the like boom pow like highlight shine that you're seeing. I have this in Hot Water, and then the other one I have is called Rose Water, and it has like this kind of rosy color to it. The last newer thing I used was the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix Eye Brightener in the shade Pumpkin. So this shade is very orange. So if you're my skin tone or deeper, you can use this to brighten as a color corrector. And I used it under my concealer, and then I also used it to spot conceal some hyperpigmentation, and I feel like it's fine. I don't typically color correct, but I'm gonna keep using this to kind of see what I think. But those are the newer products that I used. I also used the lip liner, Perfect Precision lip liner. Rose is doing something. Perfect Precision lip liner in Berry Wine. And the lipstick that I used today is another Juvia's Place matte lipstick in the color #2020. I think I like the lipstick much better than I liked 2020. All right, so and the lashes that I have on are the same Bonsu Beauty, the natural lashes. So pretty much everything kind of stays the same for me. Those are tried and true, and they work for me, and yes. The palettes that I used this week are both Pat McGrath palettes. The first one is Celestial Divinity, which is a palette that has 18 shades that she came out with last year. And this is the biggest palette that Pat McGrath has released. And if you like shimmers, you will love this palette because it's pretty much all shimmers. It is, 15 out of the 18 shades, and you do have some mattes, but you only have 3 mattes. So you've got this one here, which is this orchid color. Then you've got this one here, which is Venomous Void, and then you've got this one here, which is Major Mahogany. So if you like these tones, these shimmers, and you don't mind only having those 3 mattes, or you don't mind pulling in other palettes for matte shades, then you are going to really love this. The other thing with this is that it is, for Pat McGrath, less expensive than the Mothership palettes, which are expensive. Tip though, wait for a sale. Pat McGrath, her website, she is always running sales. So you can get a lot of stuff on sale. I would say just wait. If you have patience as part of your character, I don't really, but you should wait and just get stuff on sale. I will say that I really do like this palette. I really like the shimmers. I put some on. No, wait. Yes, this here. So these are some of the shimmers that I just swatched like a moment ago, and they're just so pretty. This is one swipe, okay? I mean, the shimmers are so pretty. If you just get it, okay? I mean, if you want to, but I would say that, yeah, if you like shimmers, they are, I mean, come on, they are so pretty. If you're the kind of person though that wants to only use one palette in your looks, or you don't have a bunch of other palettes like some of us do that have different mattes in them, you probably aren't going to enjoy this as much, especially if you don't like shimmers, because it's 15 out of the 18 shades, okay? It's at 90%, whatever. But I think it's worth it for the shimmers. The mattes are okay. I have used the mattes, all 3 of them really today, to blend things out. And I used the palette in a look that I did on Tuesday, I think. And I mainly did it because one of you said that this was the first Pat McGrath palette that you were purchasing. And so I just wanted to, yeah, show you what it looks like and what it can look like on the eye. I believe I used most of the shades in the palette, and the shimmers are very consistent. The mattes are fine, but this actually was my favorite palette of the week in comparison to the Mothership Subliminal palette, which comes in this packaging. And this is the first Mothership palette that Pat McGrath put out. So the Motherships are these palettes that come in like this nice black case. It will get fingerprints all over it. And on the back is sort of this gold plate. On the back, it says Mothership used without caution, shade throwing, and eye ecstasy may result with prolonged use. And it's made in Italy. Okay. So even though this is the first Mothership palette that Pat McGrath came out with, it's actually the last Mothership palette that I purchased. Is it? Yeah, let's just go with that. If it wasn't last, it was second to last. And mainly, it was the last one because it's the color story that doesn't that I don't like as much. But I wanted to encourage myself to use more cool tones. So these greigey taupe kind of colors are just ones that I don't gravitate toward. Why am I saying that like a question? I don't gravitate toward them. What am I saying? What? Okay. And I think one of the colors that kind of draws people in is definitely this blue here, Blitz Blue. And it's a color I definitely use in the first look I did this week. The other colors, I did use the taupe color here. as well as the Extreme Black, which is a very nice matte black. And here are some of the swatches. So if you can see, here are the swatches of the shimmers in the Subliminal palette. And then here are the swatches from the Celestial Divinity palette. I like these shimmers better than these. I think mainly the ones in the Subliminal palette are more like topper shades, while I feel like the Celestial Divinity shimmers are standalone shimmers. You can just like look, right? So I had to kind of build up some of these ones in the Subliminal palette more so than I had to with the ones in the Celestial Divinity. The other thing that you may or may not like with Pat McGrath palettes is that the packaging, no, you're gonna like it. I just told you, you're gonna like it. The packaging is amazing. I keep the boxes that they come in. Yeah. And one reason that I do is because the box comes with this insert that has the names of the shades on them. So as you can see, the shades are not anywhere on the palette, not on the back, not inside. So if you are someone that really wants to know the name of the shades, like you want to be like, yes, I put on Blitz Blue today, then you're probably going to have to find a way to keep this. The only way that I have found to keep it is to just keep it in the box and keep the palette in the box. And I probably treat these palettes better than I treat some people. Those are the two palettes that I used this week. The foundation and everything stayed pretty much the same, except for adding these newer products in. I think that's it. I'm going to finally wash my face. And, oh, I need to eat. I'm hungry. Okay. Hope this helped. Bye.